Today we will try to complete our first chapter, that is parts of speech. In the last lecture we have discussed about prepositions. Okay, let me share you screen. Now, is this screen visible to both divisions? For division A, is this screen visible? Yes. Give reply so that I will continue. Is this screen visible to B division students? I am sharing a presentation. Now, is it visible to A division student? Okay, shall we start then? Is this screen visible to A division student? Okay, so in the last lecture we have discussed about prepositions. A preposition is a word used to link nouns, pronouns, or phrases to other words within a sentence. They act to connect the people, objects, time, and locations of a sentence. Prepositions are usually short words and they are normally placed directly in front of nouns. I saw a man in the garden. So in this sentence, in is a preposition which joins or connects two words. So there are five types of prepositions: preposition of time, preposition of place, preposition of manner, preposition of reason, and preposition of direction. So the preposition of time is related or is a preposition which connects time expression of action to the sentence. Let's take an example. The lecture is at 10 o'clock. So in this sentence, at is used as a time preposition. The next example is he came to me in the evening. So in is a preposition of time which connects time preposition, time expression. Someone is messaging that voice is not clear. So this is about preposition of time. The next type of preposition is preposition of place. So the preposition of place expresses the place of an object or an event. Okay, so this is the preposition which express the place of an object. Okay, so if we take an example, he is one among us. So among is the preposition of place which expresses the place of object. Okay, he is standing between two poles. So between is preposition of place which shows the position of that person. So this is about the preposition of place. The next is preposition of manner. Preposition of manner is used to relate the manner or means of action. Okay, so let's understand it by an example. The task was finished by him. In this example, by is a preposition of manner or means. Okay, the task was finished by him. Here, by works as a preposition which comes in front of object and which modifies that object. So this is about the preposition of manner. Someone wants to enter. So this is the next type of preposition is preposition of reason. The preposition of reason relates reason or purpose or cause of action to the sentence. So let's discuss it with example. We just did it for fun. So here that action is made for fun, okay, and that is why for is used as a preposition of reason. Okay, let's understand next example. We are going out for lunch. So here for is preposition of reason, and why we are going out, it tells or it answers that question, and that is for a lunch. Okay, so here for is a preposition of reason. And next is preposition of direction. So preposition of direction expresses direction of action. They are going to school. So here to is a preposition which shows direction. Here that those boys are going towards the school, and that is why to is a preposition of direction. He threw a ball into the well. So into is preposition of direction, because that person or that boy threw a ball into the wall. Okay, means that may be a room having no roof, and that someone of them or someone of that playing boys threw a ball into the wall. So into works as a preposition of direction. The next is the bus is coming from Pune. So here bus is traveling from Pune to that destined place or any place. So from is a preposition of direction in which that that shows the direction of bus from Pune to any other town. Okay, so these are the 5 types of prepositions. We also saw this picture. Here is a ball, and its direction is shown in these picture, and from which we have to understand the meaning, or we have to use prepositions at a proper place. Which preposition will suit to this direction or this picture, that we have to discuss. So first is up, means its direction is upwards. Then next is that ball, and its direction is shown towards downwards. Then third is that ball is thrown over the box, म्हणजे त्या बॉक्स वरून तो बॉल फेकला गेलेला आहे. ओके, that ball is thrown over the box. So here over is a suitable preposition. Then to the box means what? Towards that box. And away from means that ball is thrown away from that box. The next is pass, means that ball is thrown past of that box. जे त्याच्या पाठीमागून असेल तो बॉल फेकला गेलेला आहे. Then next is into, that ball is thrown into the box. Then that ball is picked out of that box. Okay. And the next is the picture, that ball is rolled around that box. So these are the pictures, and we can guess that direction of that ball from these pictures. Then next is the picture in which that ball is picked and put onto the box. जे त्या बॉक्सवर तो बॉल ठेवला गेलेला आहे. Then off means that ball we are going to pick off the box. त्या बॉक्स वरून आपण तो बॉल उचलून खाली ठेवणार आहोत. The next is the picture of that ball crossing the distance from one box to another box with a breach, and that is why we have to consider this as across. Okay, so from one end to another end, if we want to travel that ball or roll that ball, that will be the distance across, and it is called as across. The next is there is a hollow tube, and we have to roll that ball through that tube, and that is why here through is a preposition used. Then there are two boxes, and there is a ball, and that ball is along that boxes. Okay, so we have to throw that ball along the boxes. Okay, the next picture is of an apple put on the table. So here on is the preposition of place, which is used to show the direction or place of the apple. Then next is apple is put under the table, stool. Okay, so here under is the preposition which shows the place of that apple. Then next picture, here in this picture there is a boy stood against the wall, and there is a dog who is in search of that boy, and this boy is a frightened, he looks like a frightened. Maybe that dog is chasing that boy, and that is why he stood against the wall to save himself from that dog. So against is a preposition used here to show the position of that ball. Then next is the picture. Here in this picture a boy is entering in the room, and that is why here in is a preposition used to show his position. And also we can say that he is entering inside that room or hall. So inside is also used here. Then there are 3 cats here in this picture, and 2 are the small cats, maybe that kittens of that big cat. So here in the middle, that cat, maybe its mother, and it is in between that 2 babies or baby cats. So between is the proper preposition used here to show the position of that mother cat. Okay, so next picture is a boy in a crowd. Okay, so how can we say that, or how can we position that boy? So we will use here among. Okay, because there are many boys and girls, so there may be a classroom, and these are the students in the classroom, and we can say that this is a boy among all the boys. Then observe next picture. There are 2 cats sitting near each other, or we can say that they are sitting beside each other. एकमेकांच्या शेजारी बसलेले आहेत. So beside is the preposition used here. The next is behind. So here is a one small cat, and behind that her mother is there. So we can use here behind as a preposition. Okay. Okay. Next picture is a boy or a student walking to the school. So I am walking to the school. Here, to means what? Towards the school. So to is used as a preposition to show the direction of that boy towards the school. The next is Richard came into the room. So here Richard had entered into the room, and that is why here into is used to show his position. The next is they walked along the row of houses. So here in this picture there are 2 boys. They are walking along the row of houses. Along means what? In same direction that houses, and parallel to that houses, त्या घरांच्या समांतर दिशेने. So they walked along the row of houses. Here is a row of houses, and the boys are walking along the row of houses. Next picture shows that there are boys. They are crossing the road, and they are running across the road to save themselves from an accident or striking of that car. So these boys ran across the road. Okay, so these are the boys which are running across the road. Okay. Next is the picture. Here two boys are running around a tree trunk. Here is a trunk of a tree that boys are running around the trunk. So they are running around a tree. So around is a preposition used to denote the direction of that and place of that boys. Next picture. Here is a fence or compound of bars, and that boy wants to cross that fence. So Tim, or we can say that he wants to jump over that fence. So that boy, and name of that boy is Tim. Tim jump over the fence. So he wants to jump over the fence. म्हणजे त्या कंपाऊंडच्या वरून, भिंतीवरून. So we can use over to denote his position or to describe his action. The next is the bird flew in through the window. The bird that flew in through the window. त्या विंडो मधून तो बर्ड उडून गेलेला आहे. The bird flew in through the window. Through means what? From that window. Okay. Next is the exercise. So look at the picture and complete the sentences below with correct preposition. So we have to observe this picture and we have to complete sentence below this picture with a correct preposition. So shall we start? The first sentence is the clock is. Which will be the correct preposition here? The clock is dash dash the wall. So here we will use on. The clock is on the wall. घड्याळ भिंतीवर आहे. The next example is the ball is dash dash the table. So here the ball is below the table. Okay, here is a table and there is a ball below it. So we can use here below as the preposition. Next is the cat is. Yes, here is a cat which is beside the armchair. Okay, so we will use here beside. The cat is beside the armchair. The next is the table is dash dash the armchair. So there is an armchair and table is Here also we can use beside. The table is beside the armchair. The next is the carpet is dash dash the floor. So here we will use the carpet is on the floor. Here is a carpet which is spread over the floor. So we will use here on. Next example is the lamp is dash dash the table. So lamp is on the table. So we will use on as a preposition of place. The next is the flowers are dash dash the vase. So there are flowers which are in the vase. Okay, they are in the vase. त्या फुलदाणीमध्ये ठेवलेले आहेत. So the flowers are in the vase. The next is the table is dash dash the chair and the armchair. So which will be the preposition here? The table is between the chair and the armchair. Okay, so this is the exercise. Okay, next there is another exercise. Look at the picture and complete the sentences below with the correct preposition. So we have to observe this picture and we have to complete the sentences with correct preposition by observing the picture. So the first example is the first sentence is the children are sitting dash dash the floor. So observe this picture. There are two children which are sitting on the floor. So the children are sitting on the floor. So here we will use on as a preposition. The book is dash dash the sofa. So here is a book which is below the sofa. Okay, so we will use below as a preposition. Book is below the sofa. Next is the purse is dash dash the sofa. The purse is on the sofa. So on is the preposition, suitable preposition. The woman is standing the sofa. Here is a woman which is standing behind the sofa. So behind will be the proper preposition. The woman has a hat dash dash her hand. So here is a woman and she has a hat in her hand. So we will use here the woman has a hat in her hand. The socks are dash dash the chair. There is a chair and socks are on the chair. Okay, we will use here on. The table lamp is dash dash the table. The table lamp is on the table. Table and sofa are dash dash each other. Table and sofa are dash dash each other. So we will use here beside. Table and sofa are beside each other. Football is dash dash the bookshelf. Football is in front of the bookshelf. That football is in front of bookshelf. The books are dash dash the shelf. The books are in the shelf. In will be the proper preposition here. So this is all about preposition. Let's summarize it. Preposition is a word used to link nouns, pronouns, or phrases to other words within a sentence. Means it is a word which is used to link nouns, pronouns, or phrases to other words within a sentence. They act to connect the people, objects, time, and location of a sentence. They have five types: preposition of time, preposition of place, preposition of manner, preposition of reason, and preposition of direction. Then the next part of speech which we are going to learn today is a conjunction. Okay, so seventh part of speech is conjunction. A word, so we will first discuss about its definition and we will see its example in the next part. So a word which connects two or more words, phrases, or parts of sentences is called conjunction. A word which connects two or more words, phrases, or parts of sentences is called conjunction. Let's discuss it with example. Here, Ram and Shyam are friends. He played both cricket and baseball. My father will buy a bike or a mobile for me. I want to come to the party, but I am sick. So in these four examples, the highlighted word with red color is called as a conjunction. So these are the words which connects two or more words, phrases, or parts of sentences. So in the first example, and is a conjunction used to connect two nouns or two words, Ram and Shyam. So and is a conjunction. He played both cricket and baseball. So both and is a preposition which connects two words. Which are these two words? Cricket and baseball. He played both cricket and baseball. So both and are the two prepositions two conjunctions used here. My father will buy a bike or a mobile for me. So or is a conjunction used to connect two words. My father will either buy a bike or a mobile. Either a bike or a mobile. So or is a conjunction which connects two words, bike or mobile. The next example is I want to come to the party but I'm sick. Because of I am sick, I want to come to the party but I am sick. So here but is a preposition, but is a conjunction used to connect two sentences. And these two sentences are, one of them is coordinating conjunction or coordinate main clause, and one of them is subordinating clause. Okay, so for joining two types of clauses, there also we can use a conjunction. So this is all about conjunction. Also, conjunctions have three types. Okay, so what are these three types? A, coordinating conjunction. B, correlative conjunction. And C, subordinating conjunction. So these are the three types of conjunctions are there. First is coordinating conjunction, second is correlative conjunction, and third is subordinating conjunction. Let's start with the coordinating conjunction. So coordinating conjunctions allow you to join words, phrases, and clauses of equal grammatical rank. So if there are two sentences having equal grammatical rank, or both are the sentences which are equally weighted or has equal weightage, no, if both are of a equal grammatical quality, then these are called as two compound sentences. Okay, so for joining these two, we generally use coordinating conjunctions. So coordinating conjunctions allow you to join words, phrases, and clauses of equal grammatical rank in a sentence. The most common coordinating conjunctions are for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. You can remember them by using the mnemonics device fanboys. So you can remember them, these coordinating conjunctions, by a small word. You can memorize it with a mnemonic like fanboys. F for, A for and, N for nor, B for but, O for or, Y for yet, and S for so. So fanboys are the coordinating conjunctions. Let's discuss it with examples. First example is I would like pizza or a salad for lunch. Okay, I would like pizza or a salad for lunch. So or is the coordinating conjunction here used to connect two grammatical sentences having equal weightage or equal grammatical rank. The next is I work quickly and carefully. So if we will remove this and, we will say that I work quickly, full stop, and next we will say that I work carefully, but this will be the tedious. So for uh, reducing our efforts to speak two sentences, we will use either here conjunction and. So and will reduce our efforts to speak one more sentence here. Okay, so I work quickly and carefully. The next example is I was tired, yet I completed my work. So here are two sentences which are complete, meaningful sentences. If we separate them, I was tired. This is a complete and meaningful sentence. Next to it is I completed my work. So this also is a complete sentence, complete meaningful sentence. If we want to connect them, so we will definitely use coordinating conjunction, and that coordinating conjunction will be yet. I was tired, yet I completed my work. So yet will be used here. The next type of coordinating conjunction is correlative conjunction. Let's see its definition. Correlative conjunctions are pairs of conjunctions that work together. So these are the conjunctions which come in pair or in together. Correlative conjunction is a subcategory of coordinating conjunction. Yes, it is a subcategory. We also can say them as a coordinating conjunction. So correlative conjunctions are pairs of conjunctions that work together, and it is a subcategory of coordinating conjunction. Some examples are either or, neither nor, then not only but also is also an example of correlative conjunction. Either or, neither nor, not only but also, hardly had. So these are the correlative conjunctions. Let's use them in a sentence. Let's see some examples. I have completed both my work and my study. So both and is a correlative conjunction used here in this sentence. I have completed both my work and my study. So that speaker has completed both his work and his study. Then the next example is, I will buy either this pen or that pen. So that speaker wants to buy either this pen or that pen. That is why I will buy either this pen or that pen. So either or is the correlative conjunction which is used in this example. The next is, I am not only honest but also studious. Okay, not only but also is a correlative conjunction used in this sentence. I am not only honest but also studious. Then third type of conjunction is subordinating conjunction. So subordinating conjunctions join independent and dependent clauses. So for using a subordinating conjunction, there must have a condition such as there must be a dependent clause and an independent clause should be there. So both dependent and independent clauses should be there to use the subordinating conjunction. A subordinating conjunction can show a cause and effect relationship. So because of this problem, I couldn't come to college. So there should be some cause and effect relationship. So subordinating conjunctions join independent and dependent clauses. A subordinating conjunction can show a cause and effect relationship, a contrast, or some other kind of relationship between the clauses. So there should be a cause and effect relationship, a contrast, or some kind of relationship between clauses. If there is, then we can use subordinating conjunctions. Common subordinating conjunctions are, what are the examples? Because, since, as, although, though, while, and whereas. So there are only few examples of subordinating conjunctions are there. We can remember them by few of the repetitions. Okay, so because, since, as, although, though, while, whereas, these are the words which shows cause and effect relationship, a contrast, or some kind of other relationship between the clauses. That is why these are called as subordinating conjunctions. Sometimes an adverb such as until, after, or before can function as a conjunction. So sometimes the adverb such as until, after, or before can function as a conjunction. So let's see the list of subordinating conjunctions. So list of subordinating conjunction is, there is list in front of you. After, although, as if, as long as much as soon as though, because, before, by the time, even if, even though, if, in order that, in case, in the event that, least, now that, once, only if, provided that, since, so, supposing, that, then, though, till, unless, until, when, whenever, where, whereas, wherever, whether or not, while. These are the subordinating conjunction which we need to construct the sentences. So this is the list of some subordinating conjunctions. Let's repeat it once again so that you will understand that we have to use these subordinating conjunctions to connect two clauses. One clause is the main clause and another may be the subordinating clause. So list is after, although, as if, as long as much as soon as though, because, before, by the time, even if, even though, if, in order that, in case, in the event that, least, now that, once, only if, provided that, since, so, supposing, that, then, though, till, unless, until, when, whenever, where, whereas, wherever, whether or not, and last is while. This is the list of subordinating conjunctions. The next we will see example. I can stay out until the clock strikes 12. I will stay here until the clock strikes 12. Means there will be 12 when I stay here. Okay. So here the adverb until, this until is an adverb which modifies noun the clock. Okay. So until is used as an adverb here, which functions as a subordinating conjunction to connect two ideas. Which are these two ideas? I can stay out. This is one idea or one sentence, and it is connected with another sentence. I can stay out. This is a complete sentence having a meaning. So this is called as independent clause. Okay, there are two types of clauses. First is dependent clause and next is independent clause. So dependent clause generally depends on the independent clause for the meaning or for getting the meaning. So here I can stay out this clause is independent clause. This is not dependent on another clause. And it is connected with the adverb until with dependent clause. The clock strikes 12. If we want to grasp its meaning, we can't grasp it. The clock strikes 12. What is the meaning of this sentence? The clock strikes 12. We can't guess its meaning because it will need, or it is the dependent clause which is dependent on the independent clause. So this clause is connected with the independent clause with a conjunction. So the clock strikes 12. This is the dependent clause. The independent clause could stand alone as a sentence. The dependent clause depends on the independent clause to make sense. If we want to grasp the meaning of the sorry. Sorry for disturbance. The independent clause could stand alone in a sentence. So independent is a clause which generally stand alone in a sentence. It has meaning, but the dependent clause depends on the independent clause to make sense or to make meaning of that sentence. So dependent clause is called as subordinating clause, and the independent clause is called as the main clause. So here in the first sentence, I can stay out is the main clause, and the clock strikes 12 is dependent on the main clause for the meaning. So this is called as independent clause. This is called as dependent clause, and it is connected with the until adverb, and it is called as conjunction. So we'll see next example. Though he was sick, he appeared the exam. So though is the conjunction used over here in this sentence. He was sick is a meaningful sentence. He appeared the exam. We can't grasp its meaning. So here he was sick is the main clause, and he appeared the exam is the subordinate clause. So though is a conjunction, subordinating conjunction used to connect these two sentences. Next is the train left before I reached the station. So the train left. this is a meaningful sentence. So we can say that this is a main clause. I reach the station is not a meaningful sentence. We can't get a meaning from it. So it is the subordinating clause or dependent clause on the main clause, and it is connected with the subordinating conjunction, and it is before. So the train left before I reached the station. The next example is I drank a glass of water because I was thirsty. So here two clauses are connected with a subordinating conjunction, and it is because or as. I drank a glass of water because I was thirsty. And we can use as also to connect these two sentences. I drank a glass of water as I was thirsty. So we can use both the subordinating conjunctions in this example. Because I was thirsty, I drank a glass of water. So we can use this subordinating conjunction because before these two sentences also. So we can change the position of these conjunctions. So let's summarize it. Conjunction is a word which connects two or more words, phrases, or parts of sentences, and it is called as conjunction. A word which connects two or more words, phrases, or parts of sentences is called conjunction. So there are three types of conjunctions: A. Coordinating conjunction, B. Correlative conjunction, and C. Subordinating conjunction. So and, or, but, these, or we can use fanboys as an example of coordinating conjunctions. Fan, boys, F for, A for and, B for both, B for but, O for or, N for nor, O for or, Y for yet, and S for so. These are the coordinating conjunction. An example is fanboys. Then correlative conjunctions are the conjunctions which come in a pair. Generally, they come in a pair. So not only but also, either or, neither nor, hardly had, scarcely had. These are the correlative conjunctions or examples of correlative conjunctions. Then next is subordinating conjunctions. Subordinating conjunctions are the conjunctions used when there is a two sentences having different clause. Okay, so one is the main clause and second is a subordinating clause. One is the dependent clause and next is the independent clause. In these sentences we can use subordinating conjunctions. So let's see the exercise for this. Fill in the blanks with appropriate conjunctions. First example is, I visit library whenever I go to the school. So there are three options: once, whenever, and wherever. From these three, we have to select one option. I visit library when I go to school. Okay. So for showing the relation between these two sentences, we'll use whenever as a conjunction. I visit library whenever I go to school. Next is, it's dash dash going to rain dash dash snow tonight. So we'll use either or in these two blanks. It's either going to rain or snow tonight. So either or is a correlative conjunction used in these sentence. The next is, if you win first place, you will receive a prize. If you win first place, you will receive a prize. So if is the proper conjunction which we will use over here. Calculus is both easy and difficult. So both and is the correlative conjunction that we used in this example. The next is, my car has a radio and a CD player. So we will use and as a conjunction in this sentence. My car has a radio and a CD player. If there is a gap between my car has dash dash a radio dash dash a CD player, if there would be the two fill in the blanks, if there would be the two blank spaces, then what conjunction we will use here? My car has both a radio and a CD player. So we can use both and in this example also. Let's discuss another exercise. Sharon hates to listen to rap music dash dash. Will she tolerate a heavy metal? So what would be the coordinating conjunction here? Here we will use but. Sharon hates to listen to rap music, but will she tolerate heavy metal? So but is the correct conjunction we can use in this example. Carol wants to drive to Colorado. But Bill insisted that they fly. So but will be the conjunction we can use here in this example. I'm afraid of heights. Dash dash, I appreciate the view from the top of this building. So in this example, what conjunction we can use here? I'm afraid of heights, yet I appreciate the view from the top of this building. The next example is I was on time dash dash everyone else was late. I was on time but everyone else was late. So here we will use but. Nadia doesn't like to drive. Dash dash she takes the bus everywhere. So we will use here so. Nadia doesn't like to drive, so she takes the bus everywhere. Okay, so the next exercise we will discuss. We are leaving Wednesday dash dash or not it rains. We are leaving Wednesday whether or not it rains. पाऊस पडो अगर न पडो आम्ही वेन्सडेला निघतो. We are leaving Wednesday whether or not it rains. Pay attention to your work. Dash dash you will not make mistake. Pay attention to your work so that you will not make mistakes. So here we will use so that. The musicians delivered a rousing performance. Dash dash they had rehearsed often. So the musicians delivered a rousing performance once they had rehearsed often. When they will deliver a rousing performance? Once they had rehearsed often. So once will be the conjunction we can use here. She's honest. Dash dash everyone trusts her. So everyone trusts her. So is the conjunction we will use in this example. Write this down. Dash dash you will forget. So least will be the conjunction we can use here in this example. Write this down. Least you will forget. हे लिहून घ्या नाहीतर तुम्ही विसरून जाल. So this is all about the conjunction. So next part of speech, last part of speech is the interjection. So eighth part of speech is interjection. So what is the interjection? An interjection is a word added to a sentence to convey an emotion or a sentiment such as surprise, disgust, joy, excitement, or enthusiasm. Is it understood? Interjection is a word added to a sentence to convey an emotion. What type of emotion we show or what kind of emotions that man have, that emotions are conveyed through the interjections, or sentiments such as surprise, disgust, joy, excitement, or enthusiasm. So these all kind of emotions we show them through the or by using the interjection. So examples are no, go away. Indeed, I intend to leave as soon as possible. Hey, Get off that floor. Oh, that is surprise. Good. Now we can move on. So these are the emotions that came through a mouth of man or through mind of man to show the feelings or emotions such as surprise, joy, excitement, enthusiasm, disgust, or sadness or happiness. So these type of words we use to show our feeling. No, indeed, hey, oh, good, ouch, arr. So these are the intersections. So next is an intersection conveys an emotion such as emotion of annoyance means oi, hey, hmm. These are the annoyance means to avoid the things. The next is dissatisfaction means showing that we are not satisfied quietly, easily, carefully. So these are the dissatisfaction intersections. Then panic, oh ho, carefully. These are the emotions. Then boredom, hmm, sigh. Sigh means what? उसासा टाकणं. मीन्स आता खूप बोर झालंय की आपण कसंही करतो त्याला म्हणतात उसासा साय. Then next is doubt. For asking doubt, really? Or these are the intersections we use for showing pleasure. Oh, yeah. These are the words which use to show the pleasure. Then disapproval, no, or that. These are the words. Then embarrassment, these are the words. Then realization, aha, ah, eureka. These are the interjections. Then disgust, ooh, yeah. These are the interjections which are used to show the feeling of disgust. Then joy, hooray, yeah, woohoo. These are the words that we use to show the joy. Then to show the relief, we use few, wow. These are the relief showing words. Then dismay, or to show that you are not or you don't want to do that thing, you neglect them, or you say that, oh no, oops. Then to show the pain, ouch, oh, I, that we use. And to show surprise, oh, jeepers, creaky. These are the words we use to show the feelings. Okay, so here we have completed our first unit, that is parts of speech. There are 8 parts of speech. They are noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. So in this way we have completed all of these 8 parts of speech. Okay, So here I say that here we have completed our first unit, that is parts of speech. So please comment your roll numbers in the chat box so that I will make your attendance. And after that, you can leave this meeting. So comment your roll number in the chat box. Here we have completed our first unit, that is parts of speech. हाँ चालते. All of you write your roll number in the chat box for your attendance, and after that you can leave this meeting. Here we have completed our first chapter, first unit, parts of speech. From I think 14th of August, your examinations will be conducted by the Solapur University. So start for the preparation of your exams as they are coming close. Thank you for joining this lecture. We will start another chapter in the next lecture. You can leave the meeting after your attendance. After marking your attendance, you can leave this meeting. Shall I end this meeting from my side? Have all of you commented your roll number in the chat box? Okay, I will end this meeting at this point. We'll start another unit in the next lecture. Okay, thank you for joining this meeting.